Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that Asfi and Ryu planned to return to Oreo Town. At that time, Hayden asked for permission to train Bell himself. Bell was barely holding on to himself. He had also started to doubt if his memories were real or not. There was also two ladies who were not under Freya's charm spell, Mia and Anya. And Anya was desperate to find Seer. Alan found her and took Anya to Freya to tell her the truth. In anger, Anya tried to hurt Freya, and Alan had to knock her out, but seeing that, Ryu came out of hiding as she heard their conversation. But this was all a trap to catch Ryu. Freya offered a deal Ryu to get her on her side, and said they could enjoy Bell together in a three-way relationship, and Ryu could even have Bell's children. Ryu refused, and Freya decided to lock her up in a cell. And at night, while talking to Bell, he comforted her and gave good advice to Freya, which made her fall even harder. And finally, she confessed to Bell that she loves him. She said a line that Seer used to say to Bell, and the guy noticed it. So Freya covered it up with her acting and kicked Bell out of the room. And the next day, this hellish fight to the death training resumes, and Hayden was not holding back to hurt Bell. All the spectators couldn't utter a word. The four brothers and Hogni had to step in, or else Bell could have gotten seriously in danger. Hayden saw it as a necessary action because Bell needs to become capable enough, as Freya had fallen for him. But Hogni thinks it's wrong. Bell belongs to Freya, so they can't harm him. So he decided to stop Hayden from doing this. For brothers were on Hogni's side, as Hayden was going way too hard on Bell, which makes them suspect his intentions in training Bell. So Hayden told them they are idiots, as they didn't notice that Freya is the one in most stress right now, because their ploy to get Bell is backfiring, as Bell is resisting to her charm. Otto noticed it too, that Freya is spending time all alone, as if she doubts what she did was right or not. That's why Hayden wants to hurry up and break Bell apart and asked Alan to join in. He refused to keep an eye on Mia. Hayden thought it's an excuse to keep his sister safe. Then Hayden asked Otto to join as well, but that might be too much, so he refused. Then, on another day, Hestia took keys to the workshop from Welf, saying she's finding a bill of 200 million of debt she owns. But that was an excuse, because Asfi had come to visit. Hestia got sentimental, so Asfi told her to keep quiet or someone might notice. With it, Asfi told her how Freya Familia is breaking Bell with their training session. So something tells her Freya is getting on edge now. Hestia failed to see the point. Everything is under Freya's control, so why the desperation? Asfi guesses that Freya is losing patience, that Bell isn't falling for her, and that's when Bell was again questioning himself of his situation. Repeating this vicious cycle day by day is wearing him out, and it started to forget why he was fighting, and why he was desperate to become strong. Then, that night, Freya asked Bell to sleep beside her. No funny business, just them sleeping together. Freya offered everything to Bell, whatever he desires, but Bell had nothing he wanted. So she holds him closer into her arms, and Bell started to feel like giving up. He had enough, and wants peace just like this. But again, he reminded himself of Seer, as he can't forget what he did to her that day, thinking that Bell falls asleep, and Freya gets up in agony, seeing that she is Bell, yet he's not hers. Then, from the next day, Bell was going out to look for Seer, and Hayden again tried to convince him that Seer doesn't exist. That's why he wants Bell to move forward and not dwell in the fake past. Then Hayden ordered to pull back all guards following Bell, because the Loki Familia is coming back from the deeper floor of the dungeon that includes Riviera and other high-ranking members. So he wants to ensure Freya's sandbox does not get ruined, in order to ensure they are charmed as they leave the dungeon. At that time, Bell was wandering around town, and no one was interested in looking at Freya Familia member. Bell became accustomed to this, so he kept going and tried to ask for Seer at Mia's tavern. Chloe and others were fed up that Bell was bothering them every day, asking for a person who never worked here, and hearing the commotion Mia scared the girls off of here, and tells to Bell that she had promised not to interfere with Freya Familia even if they tried to lay their hands on one of her girls. Mia opened up that she was part of Freya Familia, but she's half retired. That's why she advised Bell to not give up even if others make fun of him, or he becomes a laughing stock. Because the one who stands after everything is the true winner. That's why he should keep going, after saying that she kicked Bell out. But he clearly remembered Mia had once said the same thing half a year ago. But Bell failed to get what Mia wanted to say, so he keeps on going one more time. thinking all of his efforts were for nothing, and he doesn't want to get hurt anymore. Bell wants to give up and surrender to Freya, but he saw himself standing and recalls the last man standing is the winner. So right now he could just stay still and not run away, even if he becomes a clown. He has to believe in himself and step forward, believing that he went to meet Ace this time and asked her if she remembers him. Ace doesn't, yet asked if he wants to reign. She felt like she had done it many times and lets him rest on her lap so she could beat him up again at the top of that wall where she teaches him how to fight. That's the feeling she still remembers, which assured Bell to stand his ground and save him from breaking apart. Then, one more time, he fought Hayden, but this time it was different. Because he knows he's not from Freya Familia. Bell remembers Ace taught him to strike when opponents think he won with last attack, and that really worked, and cut Hayden for first time. But at Hermes Familia, work was built up at their office, and Hermes was noticing his memories keeps getting reset in a loop, as every time he thinks what's going on, he gets reset again. So what's so powerful who took his life into control? Hermes asked others if they got something, and he had told them loop and reset word as clues. From it, Hermes realized his feelings are not getting reset from whatever is controlling his mind, but if he digs into it, then only his memories get reset. So Hermes reached the conclusion that whoever did this doesn't want Oreo to fall, but wished to have something that he or she can't control, so Hermes wished to have guidance. And for that, Hermes goes to town and confesses to Asphi that he loves her, and Asphi told her to go buy potato popper from Northern Avenue. Another avenue was where Hestia was selling the potato. She desperately gave him the whole bag, and from it Hermes got the letter he gave to Hestia, which says make a heart out of Oreo, so that got Hermes to make his move. But this is where our episode 8 ends. Yet stay tuned to watch more of its episode on my channel, and for that subscribe the channel, and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, take care.